Hey guys, so I'm gonna make a video because it's starting to get rainy now, but I'm gonna make a video about martial arts, the principles, the basis of martial arts that we should understand, the story where martial art come from and the ideology, and then I'm just allowing myself to do this, letting the story flow through. So basically martial arts, when we first started learning martial arts, where did martial art come from? You have to ask yourself. Martial art came from yoga. It came from meditation. Meditation came from self-realization and self-conflict, right? So most of the conflict comes from the self. That's why martial art requires visualization. It requires a lot of self-technique, like you visualize an opponent in front of you hitting you. Because in martial arts, most likely, like most presumably you will say you imagine an opponent going to hit you and then you have the intention to block. You even imagine a scenario, you can imagine whatever. However, everything you can imagine, like, feel free, because all opponents outside are actually within here. So then we have to realize that that's the essence of martial art, and it came from yoga. It originated from Bodhidharma a long time ago in from India, and then they went to China and became Kung Fu because he brought like yoga there, and then Chinese, they like Kung Fu, right, fighting, and they manifested in Kung Fu. It manifested from there into Kung Fu, and then so from yoga into Kung Fu, and then from Kung Fu it spread out the world. So basically martial arts is about self-understanding and overcoming our fears and overcoming our obstacles, because when we can presume an enemy in front of us, visualization, that's burning excessive calories, not just fighting for the sake of hitting pads, that's not it. But you have to actually visualize an opponent fighting in front of you. Bam, bam, that is gonna burn excessive calories. And it's not just action reaction, it's one action, because you're advanced thinking, you're positively advanced thinking of the second action when he attack you. Like, if you're gonna throw a cross, okay, whatever, bang, bang, you can go in first, You can always think of, your brain is always thinking of first combinations to overcome an opponent, or you realize the opponent is part of you. So you're realizing that other people, the external parts are all a part of you, and you're just overcoming that. You're beating that from your perspective, and you're realizing your follies. Like, if you're too nervous, what to do, what should I do? Boom, you get hit. And then you know this emotion in them, right? You can see this emotion amongst them, the follies. Like, what should I do? What should I do? Bam, remind them. What should I do? Bam, remind them. It's like a communication. You're not trying to hurt someone, you're trying to complete someone. Because as far as I know, at the beginning stage, when I first learned martial arts, like, because when I was young, right, we used to bully each other, right? And when you get bullied, you want to fight back, you want to feel strong. And then you learn martial arts, you want to actually, one of the person who kind of like beat me before, like he actually led me to martial arts. I love him, man. He's like my very close friend. It's not even bullying anymore, no, it's like a brotherhood, but there's no more distinction. But of course I don't suggest bullying, but I'm just saying, like, it can change the way we see it, or perspective. And so basically a shout out to Kenneth Ma. Kenneth Chen, sorry, not Ma. My is Ma. Okay, so that's beside the point. When I was bullied, or when I was hit, I wanted to hit back, I wanted to fight back. So my intention was anger. I wanted to beat the crap out of him. I want to beat the hell out of that person. That person beat me, I'm gonna beat him. But then that mentality, and then when you fight, your little ego is trying to control everything. Your ego, your small you, you're trying to be, oh, what should I do? What should I do? I wanna do this, I wanna do that. And then what should I do keeps on hitting you, if you are not, except if the opponent is also thinking the same way. So what should I do? It always hits back, because you're not with it, you're not observing everything. Rather than asking what should I do, be with it. He is part of you. Learn from it. Listen, listen, rely on the senses, intuition, your sixth sense. Shum, bam, he's part of you, he's your friend, he comes to you, he's your opponent, he comes to you and you can hit him. And that's why after that, I realized that opponents, we complete each other, and I like to teach martial arts rather than fighting people. Even competition is just winning and losing doesn't matter for me, because it's like understanding. Self-understanding is the most important thing. The experience, the expression. Like, after I fight, right? So after I fought this guy, and then I go back home, and I was like, because during the fight I was so confused. I was like, oh, what happened? What should I do? What should I do? I couldn't set my mind. But then when I go home and I was like, I could have done this. I could have done that. I was sleeping, right? And I was like, I could have done this, I could have done that. But then why is it in my sleeping state, when I'm totally relaxed, my body, that I can imagine all these possibilities? But they're involved in me. But then why can't I put that state of mind there? It's like people who are fighting really good at Sixth Sense, they can like, for instance, you got a wire here. They can kind of like walk in a straight line, right? Because it's like walking in a straight line, but you're above the building. Because you got that it's about the mentality. So then you're relaxed. That's why in martial arts, you're always trying to be relaxed, keep calm, relax, not thinking. I mean, keep calm and trusting the institution. Because as long as you can't hit you, you're safe. You keep a distance. Boom. You're safe. Rely, listen, learn from yourself. Rely on your intuition. Your spatial awareness is your weapon, and it's your safe boundary. It's the best defense. Borrow everything around you and then protect yourself, because but borrow everything around you and then borrow that strength, everything around you, that distance created, bam, and then protect and run away again. I mean, like, use everything around you. That everything is part of you. And then the more we learn martial arts, the more we grow, and we realize that everything is part of us. And thank you so much, Jay, for teaching me that. In one of your boxing, your boxing talks, like I saw you talk a lot about that, like, on, because Facebook, you talked, and then I kind of get it. Yeah, thanks for that conversation. And after that, yeah, you gotta pretty much rely on everything, make use of everything. Your whole space, everything around you is a part of you. And then the more you realize that, the more you're at peace with yourself. Because in this situation, you're calm. Why are you afraid? He can't hit you, you can't hit me. Relax. He's not hitting you yet. And then when he comes, and then you can see the right timing. Because at the relaxed state, that's when you see the best timing. That's why the state of mind is most important. Meditation is like letting everything go and realize from the state of mind that before everything else, everything was actually empty and quiet and peaceful, and nothing is there. It's just our mind aggregating itself, that thinking so many things. I should have done this. What should I do? What should I do? The ego's trying to grasp everything and control everything, but it's not everything so calm and clear. And in that clear instinct, do you find what to do? Because the instinct gives you the directions. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of martial art. That's the meditation. And I'm not sure what else I can give more from here. I can give a free. I mean, I can do a tutorial for meditation, but well, basically there are so many ways of meditating. Okay, meditation is the key of martial arts. It kind of like relaxes the mind, because meditation is like beyond consciousness. Like you have in martial arts, you have this ego, but then what created that ego? What created your body to start with? What created this body to be able to fight? Most people training exercise and fitness, they are focused on about training their body, right? You got a strong body, that's okay, but it's gonna deteriorate. If your mind is not relaxed, your body is gonna deteriorate anyways. You know what I mean? Because your body's gonna be so tight. I gotta do this. You're physically, you're gonna clench everything else. So you gotta relax and meditate more, and then naturally your body's gonna be natural and returning back to its natural state. You can always you can exercise yoga, but you can't. Yoga. You are yoga. You have to be yoga. You have to be yoga, as in like meditate and then be in a constant peaceful state of mind, so that you're relaxed, and then you can go to these positions without. I mean, stretching is important. After training, you should stretch all the time. But what I'm saying is people are forgetting the basic principles, meditation, and then you have to relax it. Keep relaxed. Then you wouldn't have so much injuries, and then you can feel free to fight and do martial arts. And yeah, I mean, for martial arts, I mean, what I'm saying is, even for people lifting weights, okay, if they want to do weight training, it's very good, very efficient for supporting ourselves in martial art. But then the way to apply it is that you're focusing on the strength, the particular areas, in order to strengthen those parts. And you have to visualize it, create visualization. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was lifting weights, he didn't just lift weights for the sake of lifting weights and making his body strong. He imagined his body growing stronger, and then the particles breaking up, and he's feeling for his body, and then he's growing. Like, there are no terminologies. People are too focused upon terminology, and then they think they're this thing, they're that thing. I'm supposed to work out for the sake of working out. They're not enjoying it. Be the workout, as in, like, when you work out, you don't think, you're feeding your body, and then you're visualizing you are that workout, you are that person. people lose that imaginary concept. It's part of you. Accept it. Don't worry, you know, accept everything. It's yours. I mean, you're not giving yourself permission, because most of the time in the past, I mean, people might have said to us, you're not worthy, you know, you 不值得, or 你唔值得, you know, or, you know, sorry, you know, you're not worth it. Okay, this is the language that I'm more better at, right? So then you're not worth it. Why not worth it? You know, what is the problem? Oh, are they gonna worry if I say this? Are you gonna worry to say that? Just say it. No, free. Let yourself, give yourself the permission. You are the controller. You are the ultimate decision maker. You are the strength maker. You are the ultimate judgment of your life. You self-judge yourself, and then other people can judge you. You know, that's why be with yourself, be the judge, and then you are not gonna make mistakes, because the more you're afraid to make mistakes is the more mistakes you're gonna make in martial arts. I can't make the mistake. Be the judge. You know, you are your judge. You know, you can see yourself. Why not? I mean, just give yourself permission. I allow myself. This is my rules. You know, fuck that. It's my rules. You know, I can punch. I can do whatever, and then you got the freedom of expression. Honestly, expressing yourself is the key to freedom of martial arts. That's what Bruce Lee said, right? But then simply, it's true. You have to honestly forget everything else and honestly fuck it and express yourself, you know. Simply be the martial art and put your whole body and your mind into it and snap it, right? That is why people tell me in the past, you know, when I was younger, I used to be told like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I mean, like, not my parents, but then like other people, they have, you know, you can't do shit, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not worth it. If you do this, you're gonna get in trouble. You know, these words, and then all of a sudden you feel so disempowered. Give yourself permission, and then your vibration is gonna influence others, because we are vibration. Martial art is about vibration. Believe you can do it. Let go of those things pulling you down, because you are above there, but then you're not. But then, I mean, you're everything, but you still realize you're now limiting yourself here. You have that power to limit yourself down here. You have the power to bring yourself back up. Let go of those boundaries. Let go of those labelings. Let go of those limitations that think like you're not worthy, you know. I mean, words and expression. I focus on words more. I mean, I focus on expression. I don't focus on the words. The feeling. Let go of the words, and then the words will come automatically. That's why in martial arts, after we learn the basic principles, we let go. I can teach you a lot of tutorials, but then if you don't let go and you don't go back to the foundations, I mean, you can always imagine a lot, like how I'm gonna fight, right? But then you have to constantly let go of things and return to the foundation and think about why did I started learning martial arts? What motivated me? What did I lack at the beginning? What I felt I lacked? And then when you felt I lacked this, or I lacked that mentality, I'm afraid he's gonna beat me up. I wanna beat him up. You know, when you overcome that lack mentality, that it's not called overcoming, it's about realizing that you are not that lack. You are the feeling of your lack. Just be. Because you are your spatial awareness. You are your opponent. Your opponent creates space for you to hit. You can hit your opponent anyway. You don't have to create. You can create space, right? But your opponent, he is a part of you. Without the opponent, you cannot express yourself. You cannot hit him. So he is love you. You know, he is your love. He is one. You are one of your opponent. You learn of each other, and there is one love, one heart. You are your opponent. There is no separation. We think we are separated. We think our body is me, him, our little ego. Okay, respect that ego, because we all have that ego. That's why the love and connection at night, because we are connected. We can see that in each other. That's the connection. And then after the ego, it is the being, right? Because you realize that every 7 years, our body is interchanging anyways. It's not gonna stay within us. Our body is gonna melt away. It's gonna go back to the soil, and it's gonna return back as one with the universe. And we are as one being with the universe. That's why martial art, it led to a lot of understanding, because it led me back to meditation. Meditation led me to a lot of understanding, actually, to martial arts. And then yoga and, you know, Krishna consciousness and everything, the original of our being, not about who we think we are, but our higher consciousness. Our higher consciousness, what allowed me to say so much of those bullshit, what allowed me to talk this is a higher consciousness leading me to say this, to allow me the opportunity to open up. I'm not always open up, but I have to allow myself. I never give myself permission, and that's why today I'm giving myself permission. Fuck the boundaries, let go, open up, give yourself permission. You know, you are your permission, you're your judgment maker. You listen and trust your initiative. That is the most important in martial arts. Self-confidence, and that's for you. Namaste, Hare Krishna, and see you soon.